Welcome back to the From Harvard with Love podcast. I am your host, Harvey Girl Drizzy. And we're back today with the first official episode of 2023. And what better way to start it off than with a recap of 2022. So that's what we're going to do today. I was actually putting together a collage, and I'm very terrible at all things editing. So I was lucky to happen upon Manofield Highlights Daily's page, and they had already did their a recap in 11 minutes. So that's what we're gonna be reviewing today and give my take and my insight on the events of recent past. And we're gonna talk a little bit about where we're going with the channel for 2023. So getting right into that. We want to do more interview style content. We're gonna hold Sunday services. That's what I'm gonna do. Sunday mornings, I'm gonna have it scheduled where we're gonna do the interviews. We're gonna have that type of content where, you know, it's gonna be Drizzy and friends. So we're gonna get together with a different guest. We're gonna put panels together and just have conversations, man. From wide range conversations. We're gonna talk dating, of course, but we also gonna talk financials. We're gonna talk about financial literacy. We're gonna talk about getting yourself in shape, fellas. So, you know, we're gonna get you up off the couch. We're gonna put workout programs out there. I'm gonna start a book club. You know, and so we got a lot of things going, a lot of events we want to have planned. We want to get this thing actually rocking and rolling. And that brings me to my next point of our goal for the year. So we're gonna start off slow. We just looking for 1,000 subs. We had about 345. We looking for 1,000 subs by the summertime. So I know that in order to get those subs, they're not gonna just come out of nowhere. So I'm gonna do my part and I'm gonna put the content out. And you guys just do me a favor. You enjoy the content. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell so that you are alerted when I drop new content. And you know, like, show me the support. Give me the motivation to go out there and keep this thing doing. They ain't paying me a goddamn dime. I ain't made a dime yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't made a dime yet. It ain't about the money, but hey. Pay me for my services. With the late great, you know, St. Kevin used to say, you know, he used to play the music. He stopped the show. You know, just give me my likes, you know. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get this video. And this comes again from Manofield Highlights Daily. It's one of my favorite channels. It's just growing the channel. I think he's at around 155K now. So go over there and also get a good brother a sub as well. He put in good work. I suck at all things editing. This is probably his strong suit. The content is always really solid. It's always an objective view. He has fun videos, you know, but it's always female nature. He's putting out the female nature's red pill manosphere content, the respectable kind. It's not the He-Man woman haters. He's just really just putting out the information. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get us ready. There we go.
Is the age of romance dead?
Oh yes, it's been dead since the first dating app came out.
And you know what? Before we can go further, that was even profound what she said right there. She said dating's been dead since the first dating app came out. I don't agree. I mean, I do agree. Obviously, that's where it stems from. But I don't agree with people necessarily blaming the dating app for their horrible decision makings in relationships. It's just like you can't blame social media for the loss of your relationship no more than you can blame guns for murders. The gun it's a tool. It's sitting on the shelf, it's minding his business until a fool do something with it that he's not supposed to. Nobody told y'all to get on social media and start lying. Nobody told y'all to start creeping and start lying. You used the tool wrong. That's not even what it was used for. You misused it. It's just like it's a hammer. A hammer's for hitting nails. But yeah, it could be bad if you start cracking motherfuckers across their head with it. Social media has become such a intricate part of all of our lives. You can lose your job. You can get a job, you know, to the point where we need to be more careful or more versed with using this tool. The days of past when it was just all fun and games, that's over with. You will lose your job. This is a fact.
Assuming if I go off of what people have said about me,
humbling of Brittany
I'm
Renner.
a gold digger who finessed my boyfriend who I lived with and wanted to marry me and still would want to have more kids with me if I wanted to stay with him. I finessed him, and I guess I'm a gold digger.
In that regards of intersexual dynamics between men and women, I'm saying you're not special because you're like every other girl. You want to get resource, time, attention, or whatever it may be, commitment from a man, and a man wants to get sex from you. So when it comes to that, we're talking about biology of what men want from women. You are not special. You are just like every other girl, just like I'm every other guy.
I'm Cam Newton, right?
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not about to hit no D.
See, Brittany Renner, bless her soul, she learned the hard way. And I always joke about these type of situations, and I believe we need more of them. We need them humbled on the world stage. Y'all need to find out like that it's not what you think it is. She's finding out, and you're going to see here, she's finding out that she did not prioritize a man. And I just saying that, I can already feel the cringe in black women specifically when you talk about prioritizing a man. Like, no, because that goes against everything they was taught. They was taught to not rely on a man. They was taught to get their own, get their education, and get their career, and that is fine. But I saw a picture, it was like I guess it was on Twitter, a bunch of recently, they're graduating, they got their cap and gowns on, and they showing their engagement rings, right? They all Caucasians, of course. I think it was a few Asians sprinkled about, but there was no sisters, and they was they had a different objective. See, Karen, Heather, Ashley was prioritizing a man when y'all was calling them pick-me's and all of this, but it's all about results, and it's what women, it's about what you want. So like for the women who don't want a family, who don't want to have any kids, right? This content is not for you. I'm not talking to you. But Brittany Renner actually wants a man. She actually wants a lasting relationship with a quality guy. So her antics is counterproductive. It's not conducive of the type of relationship that she wants, or with the type of man that she wants that relationship with. Like, the reason that I say I want him shamed into oblivion is because maybe some other young girl can see her and learn from her mistakes. That's the beauty of the human mind. Out of all the other animals, we the only ones we can learn from. We ain't got to fuck it up. I can see you fuck it up and be like, you can go around that corner and get your ass whooped, and I know not to go around that corner. I don't got to touch the stove after I done seen it burn the shit out your hand. I can come to the conclusion that I probably shouldn't do that. That's what I hope happens, because she has millions of followers, subscribers, and such. People listen to her. She's a very articulate young lady. I don't believe she's an idiot at all. I don't believe I believe she's very smart, to the point where I can't even say that I believe this this new coat, this new leaf she turned over, because she is just that smart and cunning that she might have just, changed her colors, and she gonna different venom, same snake.
In with Brittany talking about, hey, yo, what's good, what's popping, where you at? You in Atlanta? I see you in Atlanta. Boom, slide through.
But why not?
Because I don't want to end up in your book.
I never thought about it. I never thought about how men feel. I never thought about it. Biologically speaking, what makes sense. I never thought about how
they didn't prioritize a man.
In marriage, especially if the man makes more, that it's kind of a shitty contract on their end. I know business. That doesn't make sense, unless we're signing prenups, right?
Who's come to be known as the Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler. Tinder Swindler, the popular documentary that chronicles the woeful tales of three women who thought they'd met the man of their dreams on Tinder, only to later say he scammed them out of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You don't feel bad for them in any way?
I feel bad for something that I didn't.
If we being truthful, I did not follow the Tinder Swindler at all. Like, I did hear of it when it was popping in the news, but it wasn't something I was gonna click on. I mean, mainly because I don't know. It has nothing to do with me. It looked like he scammed some Caucasian women out of their money, out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Whether they're telling the truth is neither here nor there. I don't know what was going on with that. The man's out of jail, so I'm not sure if it was fraud in that way. They say a fool and their money should be should soon be departed, you know. So if you can be swindled through Tinder, it's kind of the same take I have with the Tory Lanez situation. Whether you did it or not, the fact that you were in the car with a gun and you're an idiot, and you fired it, you're an idiot. So whatever comes from that comes from that. Same with these chicks. If you're on Tinder, which might as well be like a sex app, and you looking for love,
done. No, I feel bad for whatever happened to myself. I want to clear my name. I want to say to the world, this is not true.
Here at this hour with breaking news after the U.S. warned all day of a full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Well, Mika, we've been here for a few hours now, and we've seen a steady flow of women and children arriving from Ukraine. But what you don't see are men crossing into Poland, and that's because Ukraine has said that men from ages 18 to 60 cannot leave the country.
This is why we're not equal, ladies. This is why we're not equal. Well, at least over there you can say, but the same would happen here. The same would happen in America. The same would happen. The men fight. That's how it is. That's how it is. I just wish we can get off of this gender war shit sooner. Like how about we wrap this shit up in 2023? How about we do that? How about we wrap up the gender war? Who has the most important job, or who's more important than who, and wrap the equality shit up with it, because it's a moot point. It makes no sense. Women, I don't even know why you would want to be equal. I wouldn't want to do the heavy lifting, to be honest. You know, like, if you want to be a strong, you want to fly under the guise of a strong black woman or a strong woman, period. Like, you know what happens, how you get strong? Through the struggle. Through the struggle, ladies. So until you come home to your men, you going to be strong as hell, because you going to struggle alone. It's going to make that back real strong, carrying that family on your own. You can do that if you want to. But I just don't understand why you would want to, especially when the data behind the statistics is saying that it's not making you happy. If you were happy, nobody would care. It'd just be the new world order. You're happy, we're happy, you know, frivolous sex for men, that's not a bad deal. Being able to get your legacy to continue on with no commitment, that's not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal. I can have multiple seeds all over the place. They called those bastard kids back in the day. It's not derogatory if that's just the lay of the land now. If that's what y'all wanted to come to one guy, like, y'all don't want a polyamorous relationship, but that's what you're doing when you're going around here with no commitment and you having sex and bringing babies, born children with men that don't want you, that's not going to stick around, that's not committed to you in any way. You haven't imprinted on or expressed or motivated them in any way to take you on. So it don't make sense. It just don't make sense. But this is a direct, another real world, you know, situation where, you know, it's just not cut even for men. They didn't have a choice. It's treasonous if you don't do what they told you to do. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stay there. You're supposed to stay there and fight. And to be honest, many of them, I'm pretty sure, are proud to fight. This is their home. Putin thought he was going to be in and out of there in 72 hours. Not even close.
Country.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
But actor Johnny Depp suing his...
See, Will Smith slapped his way into simp heaven. It was really hard to watch. I mean, it wasn't as cringy as the Red Table Talk debacle. That was hard to watch. It was like watching you grew up in my era. You know, I'll be 36 this year. In my era, it was Martin and it was the Fresh Prince. Them was the two Flies guys, had all the honeys, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. Those was the guy, well, not Martin did. He just had big head Gina, but But the Fresh Prince was that guy that we all wanted to be, even though we looked past the corny rap career. Got him a Grammy. But we looked past that. We looked past the Wild Wild West. You know what I'm saying? Because everything else was legendary. Men in Black. Are you kidding me? And then she sat him down at that red table and ruined my childhood. And then to add insult to injury, she set her bobblehead ass up there and let him walk up there and slap the shit out that man. And I don't want to, this is the thing, right? I'm not against the actual action. It's just like the time, and because I'm married too, and you better believe there are things that you can say out your mouth that I will absolutely slap the shit out of you for. But there is a time and a place for everything. I think them banning them from the guild was a bit much. I believe we made a bigger deal out of it than it actually was. If I'm Chris Rock, though, you got to shoot me my fade, fam. Y'all should have contacted Thriller and got that and got that fight signed, got it sanctioned, made some money off of it or something. Because you got to shoot me my fade. But you know what? I wouldn't do it either. Because let's be for real, we're whooping the shit. We're gonna beat the hell out that boy. But yeah, it was real sad, man. But we did get us a win with the boy Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp.
Former wife Amber Heard for $50 million over an op-ed she wrote calling herself a victim of domestic abuse. Heard countersuing Depp, accusing him of defamation as well.
With millions of people watching live every day in this trial, it very quickly turned into a spectacle.
4K.
Today's verdict confirms what we have said from the beginning, that the claims against Johnny Depp are defamatory and unsupported by any evidence.
And this is what we hate the most. We hate that they can make these false allegations. Allegations will kill a man. Kill a man's career. Will take a man's family. Just the allegations will ruin you. Make you start over from scratch. They can do this shit, and they do this shit all the time, early and often. Early and often. And to there's no consequence usually for this. There's no consequence usually for this. They can screw you on so many different ways. So many different ways. And every day they just put it in your face now to show you how you were basically being we messing up the natural order at this point. It's yin and yang. I don't know what you don't understand about that. So what's happening is you complaining about these feminine men. Guess why? Guess why they are feminine? They are feminine because you are so strong. You the man now. You the man, and it's yin and yang, not yang and yang. So naturally they becoming more feminine. These guys are realizing that they get no authority inside their own home, no matter what. So now, if I'm not going, why should I pay 100% of the bills if I have no authority in the home? At the very least, you should pay what you weigh, ma'am. That's where the 50-50 boys come from. That's where they come from. They come from that. I can't knock them for it. Same way I can't knock the passport bros. If y'all not gonna get right, like it's the craziest shit. Like they sit up and they act, they tell you, this is what we like, right? You're saying that this is the type of men that you want. They're saying, hello, we're those men, and this is what we like. And y'all saying, take me as I am. They want to mold a man, teach a man how to love them, but they want that same man to take them as they are. Because if it's for me, it's for me. They got all these stupid ass sayings that don't do anything but feign accountability so that they don't ever have to do the work to qualify for good men. They see a good man or an attractive guy or a guy that got it going on, and they are the intimidated ones. That's why they love to use that. You always hear them say, men are intimidated by me. You like to say that shit because you get intimidated by men. That's when but it comes out in little slick shit like, you got all the hoes, don't you? I do. So if you plan on riding this ride, you better buckle in tight. It's gonna be an uphill battle. It's gonna be an uphill battle. They don't want to deal with that shit. Who are you to compete for? Obviously, I'm somebody because all of these other girls, these other women, they still want me. And even when you fall out, you don't do nothing but just that's survival of the fittest. Like that was you supposed to fall off. Now the real challengers are left, and guess what? They're going to compete happily. Ferociously, tenaciously. That's the energy that those guys, top level guys, require. And not even just top level guys. You got to understand that your level guys going to still require you to earn him at that level, whatever that level is. You cannot do it. You can do what the good brother Kevin would say and die alone. Buy that dog, die alone.
What a difference a day makes. Right now I have May 5th at 9:05 p.m. On my clock. So it's odd in a sense because we're just talking in front of a lens and you really don't understand the impact or the reach of how many people that you can touch with the words that just come from our mind.
And just a bit on the good brother Kevin. He did have an impact. That's why there will be no Kevin slander in the comments on this channel. There will be no Kevin slander at all on this channel. I did not agree with everything he said. I've been vocal about that before, but I don't agree with everything nobody says. They didn't agree with everything Jesus said when he was here. So of course, no, I didn't agree with everything he said. I didn't agree with the way he did his business all the time, but I respect the fact that it was his business to deal with, and he did it in a masterful way. And even the way he conducted himself in the business is why I even got into it. Like, I was thinking I'm too old. I'm sitting around, I'm thinking about this, like starting this channel, and I'm like, bro, who the fuck? The people that's doing the numbers is kids. Who want to see your old ass? And then here come this 50+ something year old man going crazy. It was inspiring. It was motivational because it showed that it can be done. He sat down in front of that camera. He went to work every night and people showed up in droves to see it. They showed up to see it, and it's because there was value there. Now, a lot of women couldn't get past the tack, men too. They couldn't get past the tack the way he did business. And I understand that. It's not for the faint of heart. You got to have some thick skin to listen to it. But, you know, as a man, because this is the way men talk to men. That's what they really didn't understand. And then what I didn't like is how they hated Kevin for the wrong reasons. If you watch the content, you will see that the man was measured. He was always calm until they came with the disrespect. He was a reactive guy. He wasn't proactive with the bullshit. You had to pull it out of him. But when you pulled it out of him, he made sure that you were purely and utterly conquered. And it was masterful, night in and night out. Now it got a bit redundant to me because it was, you know, basically the same 3 or 4 archetype of women calling in every night to be berated, basically, because they weren't going to behave. And it's his platform. He has a right to punish them as he see fit, and that he did. And for that, you know, he did. This is the thing. This is why we loved Kevin. And like, y'all think it's because he was just berating the women, but that has nothing to do with it. He told black brothers that we belong. That's where he started. That's y'all caught Kevin after the From Average at Best video, where that woman actually called herself average. He simply agreed, and y'all wanted to cancel him, right? Before that, he was talking to black men exclusively. And his message was simple. Black man, you belong. In these boardrooms, at these fundraisers, you know, you belong. You are, and you're not the help. You don't belong there as a server. You belong. And that was a powerful message. And even when you fast forward to Average at Best video, he's still showing men that if you raise to the level of high value, this life is about leverage, fellas. Life is about leverage. That's just the fact of the matter. And the problem is, you see this play out in Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner is very beautiful, in great shape, about 30 years old, and now she's a baby mama. So her stock is going down You add 30, stock go down. You add the baby, stock go down, right? But she's used to operating because she's a blue check herself. So she's been operating from a level where she had all the leverage. She was bad, like 9, 10 bad. You know what I'm saying? She's a very beautiful girl. And so because she was that bad, she was that young, and she was not used up yet, at the beginning, she had a whole lot of clout. So the tricky part is that when you're beautiful, you're still gonna garner that attention from those blue checks. But what she don't understand is that her leverage for an actual relationship is moot now. Because yeah, he'll have sex with you, he'll have fun with you. You gonna get the call to go on the yacht because hoes are fun. But when it come time to go down the aisle, it can never be you. It could never be you. So that's because you don't understand your leverage. Your leverage was when you was at your top, you should have been making your deals when you were at the height, 18, 19, 20 to 25. When you was at your height is when you should have been making that deal. This is the reverse part of that coin is now the men your age, these 35-year-old men, that's when we are usually start going into our prime, right? And so now you want a guy with all the leverage to settle, your favorite word, right? For you and your baby. She's still bad. Probably is going to be bad for another good 2 decades. She might be one of the, I believe she's going to be one of those ones that age very gracefully. Probably. But it won't matter how you look. When women understand, like you keep saying that men love hoes. Hoes are fun. Absolutely. You're going to see them on the trips because when you having a boys trip and you plan a boys trip to go out of town and y'all going to have a good time and celebration of whatever, you call the fun girls. You're not calling the wholesome girls. So, of course, on Instagram, it's going to be hoes shaking ass on the yacht. Yes, you're right. That is what we like. But you will never see one of them walk down the aisle. Kevin let men know that he basically made the timeline known. Basically, fellas, you still have time. Get your shit together, and then you'll have the leverage, and then you can make better deals with women. Make better deals with women. That's what he did, and the women didn't like that because they didn't like the new deals. Because the new deals was favorable to us.
But Kevin was an absolute expert at it. He had an uncanny ability, and I would tell him this, and I'd ask him, how was it that you do this? But he has an uncanny ability to take these complex, abstract issues and our problems and to communicate it in a way that is so clever, that is so decisive.
The sad music is crazy.
And it impacted so many lives.
St. Kevin.
Yeah, so actually I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy.
No.
So I do that in a few days.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Yeah.
Get your boring ass up out of here.
Why?
Because he literally didn't tell me any qualities about himself. He's just like, I made a 96 on this. I did this.
Bro, just look at their face. Bro, let's rewind. Look at their face.
Kurt didn't do anything.
Let's keep it real, people. He was boring. You know what I'm saying? He was boring.
People out there are completely boring. All right.
Look, and this is another thing that I didn't agree with Kevin. We'll say that right now. Like, fellas, if you boring as hell, like, I didn't agree with the part with Kevin when he said he made it seem like basically women they couldn't ask for nothing. They couldn't ask for money. They couldn't ask for you to be tall. They couldn't ask you to be handsome. It was basically no matter what they said, they didn't deserve that. And that I don't believe that. I believe certain type of, now maybe in the context of who he was speaking to. But this is what I'm saying. If you are boring, you owe it to yourself and to your future partners to fix that. There's things you can do. There's things you can do. You got to work on yourself. You don't just get to sit around, be boring and whine because girls don't like you because you boring. Like, be interesting. This is the same thing we tell women, how they have to prioritize a man. Now you have to prioritize women. You have to find out what they are into. More importantly, what do you need to be into for them to be into you? I mean, it's not that hard to do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Do a little recon. This shit ain't easy. It's not one size fits all. It's all we do here is we can teach you the tips, the tricks, the theories, the benchmarks, the things that have worked in the past, and then you got to mix it and make your own sauce. We just give you the ingredients. You got to mix it and make your own sauce. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not even that hard. You'll never hear me giving pickup because I've never even had to holler at a chick in my life. Like they come up to you when you radiate in the right way. When you that dude that you see yourself as your goal guy, when you him, he get a totally different batch of chicks than with the bum version of you, the current version most of the time of you is capable or qualified to get.
Men and women alike, all right?
Where your tattoos? Talk with some swag or some thuggish. Tell me you was in the streets. But we have
I want a scammer. Oh, God. I'm not going to have too much of a take on this because I didn't click on it. I ain't watched it, and I don't plan on watching it. It's funny that this came up because my best friend, he was just watching this shit today, and he called me like maybe 5 minutes into the video, like, have you seen this shit? So I'm already knowing that it's some cap and bullshit. I fuck with Viola Davis though. Shout out to Viola Davis.
You know, I used to consider it penis envy, but it's really deeper than that.
Way deeper.
What we're looking at now is a new gender paradigm.
Wow.
Right? And it's a paradigm rooted in this kind of revisionist black patriarchy narrative where black men must now be subservient to black females and LGBTs.
And that's why these feminine men is coming from, and they letting them walk right into that position that they want to be in. That's why they call masculinity toxic masculinity. Men, fuck that. Black men specifically, fuck that. We are men. We are here to do man things. You can make whatever deal you want with a woman as long as you qualify. I'm just like I was talking about leverage. It's leverage. It's leverage. Look, the rules are the rules. Women respond to cash, to resources, get you some money. I don't give a fuck. That's just what it is. It is what it is. You want to be able to pay the cost to be the boss. That's what they asking for. That's what they asking for. So if that's what they want, whatever it is, like you can't help how tall you are. You can't help you probably go to get some shit done in your face, but I wouldn't advise it. You can't help how you look. You can't help your height. Can't get your knees done though. You know what I'm saying? So those things you can't, but everything else, you don't have to be out of shape. You don't have to be incapable of doing 10 push-ups. You don't have to have high cholesterol. You don't have to breathe hard and snore at night. You don't have to have, all these things you pick. You pick that. You pick that fat, nasty body you walk around in. You picked it. You can look any way that you want to, and you chose that. You did that to yourself. You bony as hell. Like the new cats, they all on all type of drugs, so they don't even eat no more. Now they look like the feed the children kids. They bony as hell with the inflated stomachs. They like a rope with a knot in it. It's embarrassing. I give one of you motherfuckers a wedgie. That's why you got to shoot everybody. You got to shoot everybody because you're built this way. You're unhealthy. Women don't like that. They don't like that. They like Pookie and Ray Ray because he's wild. He's wild. He's dangerous. Wild and dangerous, ironically, kind of safe. Because she know he'll crash out.
Like, instead of Wakanda, it should have been called.
Shout out to Courtney Michelle. Shout out to Courtney. I think they took her video down because they ain't like her critique on the movie.
Well, all the men, because they was not there, they were not present, and the ones that was there was weak. I got a violation. Okay, they removed my video.
Why has Andrew Tate been banned from the internet? He's now been effectively banned, though, from the internet.
He's banned from Instagram, Facebook, and very likely he's going to be banned from other places.
So why did Andrew Tate get banned?
They did not tell.
They banned him without even giving him a warning. They didn't even say how he violated terms of service. This is the crazy part. Most of the things that they was banning him for, I don't even think he posted. It was like reposts, like to TikTok and shit like that. I'm not even sure he even had a TikTok. He got banned on platforms he had never even been on. He had, I think his YouTube was even recently created, and they banned him on that. He's now arrested in Romania on sex trafficking charges, which I don't know. I don't follow the man enough to say that he would or wouldn't do. But if I was a betting man, some trumped up bullshit, it's going to be another hashtag conviction. Another hashtag convention. This is what I'm talking about when I say these crocodile tears that end men's lives, ruin their reputation. Even if he beat this, it's a stain. Like, this is the second or third time that they arrested this man on these same charges about some shit that, if I'm understanding correctly, the cam girl shit was years ago. He's not even in that field anymore. I mean, but this is what comes when you in these unscrupulous, industries. You gonna shit like this comes. I mean, he's a very rich guy, so he should have, the legal capabilities and resources to fight this. If anybody could fight it, it could be him. So not in no way do I feel sorry for him. He wouldn't even want you to feel sorry for him. And we don't know whether he did it or not, so I'm not gonna make a value judgment there. But what we do know is that this shit, if it's fake, it's all too prevalent. It's normal. Women lying on men, it's normal. Ruining great men with lies out of the mouth of lying women. That's why, like, a lot of times, even to make the Stallion shooting in Tory Lanez thing, whether he shot or not, it's just the fact that we know y'all lie so much. Most dudes done been aside, they done been a side dude to chicks, and they sat there and they watched you in your natural habitat get down, tell lies, get emotional, drop real tears. All the while, it was a play to go do another dick on the side or something crazy. Or you sitting right up underneath some dick, crying about how you would never do him like that and all the other shit. We've seen it all. Motherfuckers seen it all. That's why they had trust issues. So that's the part when you sit there, and I'm talking about happily married soccer moms, is going crazy. It's going crazy. And so, like, when you see that and you thinking like, oh, you don't trust none of them. Yeah, they be scared. They be scared from their own experiences. The same shit. It's like, and then they come to projection. But the man was he's just preaching men to level up and be masculine. Masculine is synonymous with like tyranny. Like, being masculine is like it's like saying you might as well say I'm a happy, willing rapist. I can't say that word, grapist. It's not like that. Masculinity, yeah, it's authoritative, but it's also protection. It's also love. It's also, comfort. It's a lot of things beside just gloom and doom. But
Tell me, they did not send me an email, no correspondence.
Of course not.
I certainly didn't break terms of service. I guess that's why they couldn't send me an email and explain why.
Controversial influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are arrested in Romania as part of a human trafficking probe.
A few years ago, you had Morgan Stanley, the investment bankers, put out a report that forecasts that 45% of prime working age women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless by 2030, the largest share in history.
So 45% of women are expected to be single and childless by 2030.
There's a report out there about that by 2030, so in 8 years from now, the majority of working women, okay, so that's ages, 25 to 45, right? Working women. By 2030, 45% of them are going to be unmarried and no kids.
And they're choosing men who are horrible. They're choosing men who are the most good looking, who are making the most money, so of course have more options and treat women like crap.
Because they see the nature of women. These dudes that have all of that experience with women, They've seen y'all, and in your natural habitat, they see through all of the bullshit. It's the same as that woman. Like, that's why you think we don't want that used up 35-year-old single mom. We don't want her. The reason we don't want her is because she has been battle tested, incapable of pair bonding, incapable of cooperation, incapable of submission, incapable of so much. Saying being obedient or anything, sub anything, it's an issue because she don't trust a man, because she's been raised on the on to never rely on a man, to be independent, to be strong. Strong comes with struggle. The struggle built in. The struggle is built in. And so because you've been raised and that's what you accustomed to, when a man see you, oh, you don't need no man, good. All I needed was some ass from you anyway. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get up out of here. For all the ladies who think that they going to put that little cooter on somebody and you going to change them, you a fool. You a fool. It's too many of them out here. And the best ones is on the craziest girls. It's on the craziest chicks. The best ones. So you sitting around here worried about, and then look, pay attention. Y'all talking about all the BBL, they getting married. Cardi B got married. Okay. And I think Nicki Minaj might be married, but she married to a pedophile, rapist, or whatever he is. Right? What you proud? Why y'all talking about them? The hoes that got wife, the few hoes that got wife. The exception don't disprove the rule. That's not happening in mass. In mass, it's a whole bunch of Savannah Jameses getting married. It's a whole, it's a whole like queenly women, respectable women. 20 bodies is insane, man. You can't take them bodies back. It is what it is. But understand, it's insane. You made a choice. Choices. The consequences is it is what it is. I'm not mad at hoes. I'm just mad at hoes that want me to call them ladies. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
And then after they date the crappy guy, they're like, oh, well, all men suck. All men are trash. I want a man who treats me right. Well, you're not giving the men who treat you right a freaking chance.
Oh, she's
so women who are 38 years old are going to look and say, I've been working my ass off since I'm 21 years old. I've been encouraged to go to school, get a job. I don't need no man. I'm going to become a boss baby CEO. And they're going to look at themselves, and they're turning 40 next year, and they're going to be like, I've got a couple $100,000 in the bank. No man, no kids, a couple cats.
Okay, you have data, and then even some of the data is like 50% of marriages end in divorce. Is like, have we not looked up some of the most recent data? It's just like everything is biased, but it's biased to not lead to long-term success.
Bro, shut the
and if we're
fuck
honest
up.
about long-term success, a lot of this information.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to be neutral on most people. But if it's anybody online, I want to shut the fuck up. It's Hafiz. Like, shut the fuck up. Your shit was barely watchable in the beginning when you was giving the Pepe soup and shit. But it was worth the click. But now that you done got married and got your fucking balls taken out, this is not the masculinity that I'm talking about. Like, I am an advocate for marriage. I'm married myself. I've been married a long time, though. I think he's like a baby in this shit. He's been married like a year or less or something. I've been married going on, 17 years this year. It'll be 17 years I've been married. And I will never tuck my dick like this man does. And he makes points, oh, for love, you should risk it all. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, and then it's the pretentious way he does it that annoys me. He annoys me even more than Fresh and Fit. Now, I'm going to tell you, to keep it a bean, is really only Fresh that annoys me. Myron, he's an asshole. That's a fact. But at the end of the day, he's usually saying some shit back than fact. Now, Fresh is just a caricature of just a clown. Like, he had a sugar baby make a complete and utter mockery of him in 4K. He's just an idiot. I think you want to say he said some shit like he had sex with 1,000. He looks like a fucking pug in the face. Brother, come on now. And even if, well, I don't know how long his pockets is. He might have been able to pay 1,000 chicks to lay with him. He might have been able, but I'm just saying, like, don't brag on it. But Hafiz, getting back to you, brother, shut the fuck up. Stop debating females. I'm sick. He just recently got smoked by just pearly things again, just railroaded and made him look like a complete ass and idiot again, just sitting there saying, oh, I get it. Yes. You just listening to your ass shaking her head, and then she's smoking him off, and he's making an emotional fool of himself in his janky promoter suit.
I got a question for you. Do you have car insurance?
100%. I know where you're
All right.
going.
Do you have homeowners insurance?
100%.
Do you have life insurance?
100%.
Do you have medical insurance?
100%.
Did you get tired of your insurance agent talking about the possibilities of you losing your life and being rewarded? Hold on for a second. I know, but don't be a butt person. Here's the deal.
Hi, folks. The Filipina P here. And today's question is, what do women think of men who leave their home countries to seek love in foreign lands? Well, apparently there's quite a war of words going on between a certain segment of Western women and men who pursue international relationships. It seems there's a lot of animosity against these guys, with name-calling and outrageous accusations. The conflict centers around a movement called the Passport Bros, who are typically black guys who have gotten fed up with the situation in the West and decided to look elsewhere for a happy life.
Thanks to these men who decide.
Look, I was talking shit all last year. Then I had to apologize and make amends. I was talking shit all last year, but this is the thing. When I'm talking to women, they are saying out of their mouths, they are not going to listen. I am not going to give you cooperation. It is what it is. This is the sentiment of most women that I personally come across, I personally experience. And I'm around some quality women. It's not like I don't be around Pukishas at all. So that's why it's so dangerous, because these ain't Pukishas saying this. These is the wife versions, the ones that should be wives, but they're not, and they may never be. So because of that, yeah, let the men go over there and find whatever if they can find better. Like, that's what they're saying. Their testimony is that they're finding to be better over there. They're finding true love. They're getting married and staying married. That's what they're saying. And if that's true, can't knock them. Keep doing it. Because if you at the negotiation table, men and women, and you got one side, don't matter who, saying, look, I'm not budging. I don't want to give you nothing. Don't put me down for nothing. I just want to bring my appetite to the cookout. That's an emphasis. I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna back out of all negotiations, and I'm gonna go negotiate with another company, with another firm.
That they're not going to deal with it anymore. They're going to get their passport, and these women who are opening their big mouth to.
Shout out to Chantel Simone. She another newer creator. I just happened upon her. Her numbers is getting up there too. She's taking the business seriously. She's always live streaming, holding panels. Yeah, so go give her a follow too.
Voice how they feel about it. Thanks to them, people are realizing that, yeah, black women have a disdain.
Any guy who goes after a girl significantly younger than them is severely lacking in their life. And I mean that confidence-wise, I mean, like, they are falling short in so many places that is the only.
Listen, ladies, the day we give a fuck what whores think will be the day we go on the ground. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't understand why whores even speak. Your opinion don't matter. That's the price you pay for being a whore. So that's my issue with all of the sexually liberated. Be sexually liberated. Fuck who you want. Have sex with who you want. Do what you want. I'm not trying to stop you. I commend you. I want you to do it. Keep doing it. Keep it up. Have fun. If that's what you want to do. But also understand this. There's a consequence. The consequence that comes with that is that their hoe it's a definition, right? Like, words have meaning. And you fit the fucking meaning. You will be called a hoe. We will treat you as a hoe. You will be trusted as a hoe. You will get hoe jobs. You will play a hoe role in our lives. And now that's not even a bad thing, because, you know, the longer you look good as a whole, you'll still be able to show up. You'll still be able to get some fun, get flued out, and get pumped and dumped into oblivion. That's what's gonna happen. But that's the life you chose. Don't sit around here and try to get us to call you something you ain't. You ain't no lady. You gave that up. You gave that up. You chose your life. You chose the bag. You chose the sack chase through the sacks of men. That's what you chose. You picked that. Live with it, mama. I'm friends with a bunch of hoes. It's cool hoes, but they know they hoes. It is what it is. Real people I can always fuck with. I can always fuck with you when you're real. But what you're not gonna do is all them dicks and then think I'm gonna call you a lady. Get the fuck out my face, hoe.
Only place they can turn to feel like they have something on the scale of power.
Shut
up. And ultimately it's predatory. There's just no way to because you're manipulating someone who is not aware of what they're giving you. And it's unfair.
She is being cycled out of the sexual marketplace.
Goodbye.
And I think that hits women who are very attractive women. When they get to that point, they have to find some way to either transition out of that very gracefully, or they fight it tooth and nail.
Because all y'all ever talk about is your exes that cheated on you. That's all y'all ever talk about. And it's like
only talks about that. The regular women that run in.
The women that come on the show.
Oh, good thing I'm irregular and extraordinaire.
Thinking about myself. I'm 30, single, mom. My
smoked, washed,
checkered past is
done.
all over Instagram. You know what I mean? I have people like you who are, she's a hoe, she's literally known for this.
Yeah, you said you got 24 bodies. You're a whore.
So what would be your advice to people like me then?
I just think there's consequences for your decisions.
Standards.
And I just think my best advice would be to lower your standards. Like that. Because I just think there's gonna be consequences for putting, promiscuous stuff on the internet.
You did it to yourself.
And you probably won't get the type of guy that you could have got at 22.
You wrote the book. You made the car videos. You set up in your car like you was fucking the female Derek Jackson, and you said all of that bullshit. Oh, if you just wanna hit a lick, get pregnant by an athlete, they're idiots. You called the play, you ran the play, you called your shot, and you was a real villain. The women were dancing in the street in celebration, but now look at you, used up, being cycled out of the sexual marketplace. You being cycled out like you're not even worth the fuck anymore because they don't want to end up in your book. Why would you do that to yourself, ladies? That's the thing I'm saying. There's a consequence for your actions. Homie hopping and all of this shit and getting these. You make this name for yourself. That's who you are. You are what you do. Who you do. I don't care who you are. You're not finna sit here and justify 25, 30 bodies. You're not going to do that. If that's the number that you're at already, and you can say, well, I'm 35, and if you really think about it, if I started having sex at 16, shut the fuck up, whore. Shut up. Shut up. We don't care. Shut up. You're not going to justify it. We don't give a fuck. And you can come back with what about me? How many bodies do you got? You can't do what I do. That's called penis envy. It's just, I don't make the rules I go by. Take it up with God. What did your boy say? He say, I can't be a slut. I'm a slut maker, whore maker, maker of whores. That's my contribution to the whore conversation. No, I'm not one. You can call me one, and I won't even take offense for it for a reason. Neither one of us believe that as an insult. You don't, because at the end of the day, women like men who women like. Shocking.
Too.
Do you know what, sister?
It wasn't meant to be then.
Do you know what I'll tell you?
Wasn't meant to be then.
Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.
Yeah, so we go ahead and bring that down. Get out of here. Yeah, but as you can see, last year was crazy, man. We lost St. Kevin. We gained I guess just pearly things. That is not that she's any type of substitution for Kevin. There will be no substitution for Kevin. And it definitely won't come in the body of a white woman. But that white lady over there is doing good work. Point blank period. You can say what you want. She take the business seriously. I can't knock nothing about the content. I enjoy some of the conversations. I specifically enjoyed the last the Andrew Tate and Brittany Renner interview, even though Brittany Renner was awfully quiet now in the presence of your boy of the top G. And so we're gonna do a review. I should do a review of that one as well. So, going forward, like I said, we got the interview content coming up. So this Sunday, I'm gonna have a first interview. It's not gonna be up this. I'm gonna have some content put up on Sunday, but it'll be something else. I'm gonna start dropping the actual interviews the following Sunday. So not this one, but the next one. And so stay tuned for that. Like I said, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Go make sure you follow me on all platforms. I got the links, or not the links, but you can see they watermarked in the corner over there, off to the left or right, whichever one. And yeah, that's it. So until further ado, make sure you guys stay tuned. We're gonna be more consistent in 2023. We got more content, more. We still throwing shit against the wall. I ain't gonna lie to you now. We still throwing shit against the wall, trying to see what stick. We, like the good brother Kevin Sam used to say, we building this shit as we fly it. And so we gonna crash a few times, but we gonna keep getting up. So I ain't gonna waste too much more of y'all time. Peace.
Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Ham squad. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Headed to the top, I don't need no ride. I'm so fly, how fly is he? I can stop now, let the beat just ride. Niggas like, might as well join them. Nothing we can do to defeat those guys. Us to the world like Bonnie and Clyde.